Okay, research on FORI. Before I jump into the slides, I just wanted to say that as I conducted my research, I started to realize that there are numerous studies, most over the past 10 years, on the effectiveness of FORI. Many of them were from the same researchers trying to replicate previous studies, sometimes changing variables like demographics of participants to see if they would get similar results. So the first one, Stahl, Hubeck, and Kramen conducted a 2-year-long study on the elements of FORI, including looking at sustainability, gains in oral reading with comprehension, partner reading, reading at home, choice reading, level of reading material, and the effects on struggling readers. They found that the program was sustainable over 2 years. Teachers and children perceived it and its various components positively, and it led to overall gains in achievement. These gains were found for all children reading at grade level or higher initially, and for about half of those that could not initially read a grade level passage. In 2005, Stahl and Hubeck conducted a longitudinal study that demonstrated positive effects again using fluency-oriented whole classroom instruction at a second grade level, again for a 2-year span, with 1.88 years of growth in reading ability for the first year of the study and 1.77 years of growth for the second year. They also conclude that students can benefit from texts that they can read with an 85% rate of accuracy when combined with strong support from a fluent reader. Turner conducted 2 studies on FORI in 2010 and 2012. In 2010, he examined the effectiveness of FORI in ethnically diverse second grade students. Asian, African American, Latino, and Caucasian second grade students that participated in the study made significant improvements in sight word recognition and reading comprehension over the course of the school year. The findings showed that fluency-oriented reading instruction was a valuable scheme for reading instruction with a second grade student population that is diverse. In 2012, he examined the effects of FORI and wide FORI with learners of different racial and ethnic backgrounds. Wide FORI incorporates the same principles presented in FORI, however, rather than reading a single text repeatedly over the course of the week. In this component, students read 3 texts over the same 5-day period. This study was able to build on previous findings that the FORI method had a significant effect on African American and Latino students' word efficiency and significantly improved their sight word recognition. Findings also showed that because African American and Latino children begin kindergarten with significantly lower vocabulary levels than Asian and Caucasian children, they performed better on the fluency-oriented reading instruction and on the control condition because the control teachers engaged students in the extensive amount of decoding activities, and both groups used the same text throughout the week, which seemed to have positive effects on student performance, which again is supported by research that suggests that reading fluency develops concomitantly with early word recognition instruction. Kuhn, Rosinski, and Zimmerman compared findings of FORI, wide FORI, and FDL to show that all 3 approaches are viable in developing reading fluency, and that classroom teachers and interventionists can choose the lesson structure that best benefits their particular circumstances. They found that structure, support, and repeated exposure and reading embedded in FORI will help students, even those below grade level, to read the assigned material successfully by the end of the lesson and accelerate their progress in fluency and overall reading achievement. They also found when these lessons are used regularly over the course of the year, independent reading skills will gradually improve as a result of the amount of time students spend reading and mastering connected texts.